Hi, this is part 2 of drawing myself in 10 different styles. The last 5 style video is going to be linked in the description. This time I'm going to be drawing myself into Deltarune / Undertale, Bendy and the Ink Machine, Kirby, My Hero Academia, and Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Up first is Deltarune / Undertale. I don't really make pixel art, so this was a bit of a challenge and why I had to redo it a lot of times. But eventually I figured out something that works and I'm happy with how it turned out. I also have a drawing version of it I did a while back too. To talk a little bit of the character design and what it is or would be within the game of Deltarune, it would be a pom-pom. I usually don't like turn-based games, but Deltarune and Undertale are pretty fun to play. Here's how the final result of it looks like. Moving on, Kirby is what I'm drawing myself into next. I decided to make myself into a fairy since that's the closest thing to a fae I could find. I struggled with this skirt for a bit but eventually settled on a design for it. I really enjoy playing the Kirby games because they're very easy to play, as in comparison to something like Soap Song. And the art style and all the characters are very cute. Kirby is definitely in my top 5 favorite franchises ever. I even built the halberd on Minecraft. I gave it soft shading this time to try and mimic the softness that the games usually have within their own art styles, and I made the line art colored slightly. Here's the final result for the Kirby piece. Now I'm drawing in the Bendy and the Ink Machine art style. Not the style of the game, but rather the style of the cartoons within the game. This one doesn't really feel the most like it belongs in it because I just did it in a rubber hose style and not really the Bendy art style. But nonetheless I tried. It was actually pretty fun to draw and the coloring was pretty quick too. Here's the final results for the Bendy and the Ink Machine art style. I made a few variants as well. And now I'm drawing myself in the My Hero Academia art style, and it was way more difficult than I expected it to be. To save time, I cut out 2 different sketches I was trying to do with the art style. I loosely based my design off of Amajiki and Lady Nagant. Since they both matched my design, I didn't end up giving myself a quirk or anything, but I think I could still be a fae within the universe because it makes kinda sense. Since I didn't really give myself a quirk, and because I didn't really have the time, I just decided to draw myself in the school's uniform rather than make myself a hero costume. This art style actually took me the longest out of all of them, and it was the one I was struggling with the most. And unfortunately, it's the one that I like the least out of all of them. I feel like I didn't properly convey the style. I feel like it went wrong when I added the glasses, and I think I did the line art a little too thick. I really like the anime's art style. It's very pretty looking. For the rendering, I tried to copy how they do it on the anime. I would not even try to attempt how the actual artist draws because, wow. But maybe one day in the future I'll try to mimic the art style, I don't know. And with that, the My Hero art style comes to an end. Here's the finished piece of the My Hero Academia art style. And last but not least is Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. And I say not least because I think it turned out the best out of all of them. But I could just be biased because it's Fullmetal. Fullmetal Alchemist is my favoriteest anime ever, and it's been for the longest time. It's really cool. I recommend everyone who watches this video to watch it. And I based my design off of Shishka since she looks very similar to I do. At first it was a bit of a struggle, but then as I figured it out, it was actually pretty easy, which was surprising because animes are usually really hard for me to draw. I also just gave it a sweater and didn't bother with the jacket just to make it a little bit easier for me to draw it quicker, and since it wouldn't really make sense within the show. And with the shape of my antennas, I tried to mimic Edward's hair a hoge. I don't know how to pronounce it, it's this thing. I'm doing all of this audio unscripted, so if anything sounds weird, that's most likely why. Like if my sentences don't really make sense. Coloring is always quick and there's not really much to say about it. The rendering was pretty straightforward and simple to do. Even the lighting in the hair, which this was the first time I added lighting in the hair within this whole video. So I was kind of rushing through all the art in this one too, only because I have so much to draw for this video. Here's the final piece, the Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood art style. And here's the final piece showing all of the art I've drawn for this video. All the art in this video took me 2 days to draw. And this ends the drawing in the 10 styles art challenge for me. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you want to. Have a good day.